Hello anyone who's out there listening, and welcome back to another spontaneous Salliekat livestream. We are back in the underworld of Avernum. Yeah, looks like some sleuths, so yeah, I'll fight that. Ooh, that was brutal. Right. A few extra coins for not a lot of effort. And Kotra is not actually... well, it kind of is where I want to be, but not right now. Because I want to go do some training. Here we are. Yeah, while this is the slow beginning part of the stream, good chance to do some of the less exciting parts of the game. So, Geetha, what shall we do with you? I am going to want to have Magrat do more potion making eventually. That'll do for now. I'm also going to have to start saving up skill points on Magrat and Esme for higher level spells. Now then... since I fixed the crystal cave last time, I want to see if Konig has anything new for me. Darn, I guess not. Well, he does send me to Miles for potential new alchemy recipes. Oh ho! Here we go. Apparently my reputation has grown high enough that this will actually work now. I know one very powerful spell. Normally I would charge a great fee for the teaching of it. However, I sense that you are strong and capable of great things. Thus, I will teach you for free, in the hope that my assistance can help change the world. And now I know Call Beast level 3. Hooray? I don't know that I'll ever actually use that. Konig produces a long parchment scroll from his robes. As he unrolls it, you see it's covered with magical writing. You concentrate as he attempts to explain the ritual written on it. Huzzah! I got a thing. But now I'm going to take my boat and go mess up more sliths. A stone pylon covered with strange pictograms. Many many of them depict violence. Well, how fitting, because that's what I plan to accomplish here. Do I need to put more points into assassination on Githa, so that she also can completely wreck base level sliths? And Smite continues to not be very impressive. Hi, Leafy Nebula. Glad to see somebody actually joining. That is what happens when I do streams at random times without telling anyone what I'm doing. It takes a while for people to figure out that I am, in fact, live streaming. Okay, the pylon is covered with slith pictograms. You can't understand what they're meant to say. There's lots of fish, though. And same thing. And alas, I've let my enemies have the opportunity to cast a few spells. What do you... Oh! Oh, did I never refill Githa on javelins? Good thing I just picked a few up. Now, if only I was remotely effective with them. This huge cavern is a slith farm. Cavefish and strange fungus are being raised in long, water-filled trenches. Dull-eyed slith civilians tend the food. At first, they barely notice your presence. Then the guards, with sharp blows from the butts of their two-tined spears, rouse them to attack you. Oh, I see. I'm slightly too far apart. Yep, Jeff is just starting on his remake of Avernum 4. And good news for Githa, I'm in a place where I can refill on a bunch of iron javelins. Haha. Yes, fear me. I love how the Avernum remakes include little things like dice, needle and thread, as if someone is doing some repair work on their clothing, while they just hang out in well, what I would call a dungeon, but what's just home for them. Just trash. Indeed, and I actually did pledge for one of those tiers, so I get an Avernum land grant. I get my very own cave. Doing quick combat with a Slith warrior, what could possibly go wrong? Maybe I should cast a light spell? Yeah, part of why I started streaming this game more frequently is I would like to cover later Avernums. I don't know if I will get around to streaming or doing a pre-recorded Let's Play of Avernum 4 right when it comes out, but it's going to be like a year and a half from now. We'll see what happens. Hey there, sorry to interrupt you on your very important temple business. Oh, hell. I've only been at this for about 15 minutes. Should I just reload? Oh, we did well enough in fundraising for Avernum 4 that Jeff actually enabled late pledging on the Kickstarter. I don't know if that's still active, though, but it was for a few days after the official deadline. Okay, so... now people get to watch me do all this again. I would say the Avernum games are pretty similar in gameplay, but there are significant differences. For one, there's no... well, depending on whether you're playing Old Vernum or the Avernum subtitled remakes. In Old Vernum, what I'm playing right now, there's no area of effect spells. You get to do multi-targets. In the remakes, you do have some area of effect spells. No, not get, talk. So yeah, Koenig can teach me a spell once my reputation is high enough. Call Beast level 3! I may never use that, hooray. Blades of Exile only got one remake, that is Blades of Avernum. So that technically is part of the old Vernum engine. Okay, training again. I want Githa to have a little more intelligence just cuz. Could increase barter. I like that. Make everything cheaper. Do I want to boost intelligence or do I want to boost skills? And now back to Kotra to get the boat. And back to the slits. Yeah, this skill system is good. I like this one and the original one. A lot of people, myself included, find the remakes to be a little bit too easy as far as the skill system goes, and not really conducive to playing around in multiclassing. Oh, right, gotta re-equip the one singular javelin that I have. Also, I have a wand of lightning. That's cool. I'm going to use it. And all my damage is undone. And Geetha is still slowed. That is annoying. Mnyaha. Oh, it's Geetha's turn, that's why. I do kind of hate that everyone must be close to the lead character before ending combat mechanic. coins. And now I'm going to save. Many javelins. And a snake in the garbage pit, as you do. Okay, that's not what I want. I want mage spells and light. Ooh, he dropped haste potion. I love flaming weapons so much. I don't love how much Githa's getting stabbed. And another entrance into the temple. Hey there, folks. What's going on? Not much, just me beating your face. And they've cast Sanctuary, so until they attack me, I can't attack them. Fortunately, the AI is stupid. I could maybe cast Sanctuary on myself, but I'm not sure that's worth it. I could summon a shade for all the good that'll do. On the one hand, I did 75 damage to an enemy. Cool. On the other hand, my shade got insta-killed. Lots of herbs in this temple. Anybody want more healing potions? Ooh, shield ring. Cool. Everyone who's not a fighter already has a shield ring, though. And apparently there's nothing I can do with this altar. Okay, looked like there might have been something different, but it's just a spear. Now, if I remember from the previous version of this game... Haha. Trap. Trap is disarmed, but we still get shocked by the floor. This box contains a bunch of dry slith scales. Why would these creatures save their own skin? It's very odd. Underneath the nasty things, you also find an onyx key. And here we find some decent loot. Ooh, steel-studded, ash crossbow, cloak clasp, and beautiful fur can be sold for monies. Yeah, this is just a cavewood crossbow. Yoink! 1 to 12 plus 2, 1 to 8 plus 2. And Magrat is not wearing heavier armor because her strength is just okay. Horns exist in this game, but they're never really used for anything. Same with mortar and pestle. Ooh, iron halberd. That's a hefty one. I might actually switch out my slith spear for that. Although, I would have to give up my shield. But the slith spear does 2 to 20 plus 1 damage. Halberd is 2 to 32. I'm impressed at how many locks I'm able to pick in this area. Could pick up some bacon if I want to. And at £0, I just might. There's a thick book on this pedestal. The thick papyrus pages are covered with dense, strange writing. Surprisingly, the book was written by humans. The slith's moist fingerprints are all over it. They must have been studying to learn about humanity. The book is a history of the Empire. Like most of the books on the surface, it was only released after being carefully checked by the agents of Emperor Hawthorne. It describes how the Empire came to rule all 4 continents on the surface. The book ends just after the 4th, wildest continent, Valorum, is finally conquered by Emperor Hawthorne. The humans who opposed him either ended up dead or in Avernum, usually the former. And this one teaches me Repel Spirit level 3. Excellent. Now it should be good against demons as well as spirits. And in this chamber we have another even more special book. On this pedestal is a heavy leather-bound tome. The pages are covered with tight slith pictograms, carefully painted in gold ink. The book radiates a strange, magical power, though not one you could take advantage of. This book could be very useful to someone who is studying slith magicians. Yoink. I thought there might be another room to the south. Perhaps not. Let's do some healing before I get killed by the floor. I say as if I've never had that happen to me before. And that's just a hallway. Oh, you're not a regular sleuth, you're a spellcaster. These pools are the nucleus of a large slith hatchery. You are surrounded by hundreds of eggs, resting in shallow pools of water, likely to grow one day into happy, healthy, somewhat psychotic daddy and mommy sliths. Very little is keeping you from doing the slith tribes in this area a great deal of damage, with a brief spurt of violence. I don't really feel like killing babies right now. This room is a slith nursery. Long pools are provided for the little ones. Inside them, they eat, grow, and play with toy two-tined spears. You can't see any of the baby Salliekat now, because when you entered, they fled. They dive down into little tunnels at the bottoms of the pools. You wait, but they don't resurface. So I'm just going to kill their parents and guardians instead. Two damage? Really? Okay, nothing over there. I've just noticed, I think the spellcasters are actually a darker, richer green than the regular sliths. These long, watery trenches are filled with masses of pale, writhing cave fish. The sliths must be raising them for food. It's an ingenious setup. The lizard people may be barbaric, but they're no dummies. A few too many targets for me to do what I've been doing here. Unidentified ring. That usually means it's magical. Unidentified items can also be cursed, but rings generally aren't cursed. I do have mass curing. Useful, that. Nepharim. Haven't seen them for a little bit. not very interesting loot. I'll take a longsword. But now that I've got that tome, I'll give it to Myrwen. Maybe you would be interested in owning this book on Slith magic. Myrwen takes the Slith tome and starts looking through it carefully, as if she is afraid it will hurt her. How interesting. How bizarre. I wonder if this will help us. I certainly hope so. Give me some time to look at this. Come back later, and I will gladly teach you the Dispel Barrier spell. Can you teach me how to cast Dispel Barrier now? I can learn it at level 1. It's very difficult to get a magician to teach how to cast Dispel Barrier. Fortunately, you've managed to convince one. For extremely cheap, too. So now I can get into even more places. And there's a guy here that can do identification and buying of crap I don't want. Oh, you know how I was just saying rings aren't usually cursed? This is a ring of vulnerability. I'm pretty sure it is cursed. Also, Magrat has some first aid skill and a nice first aid kit, but I really have never been using that. Oh, I can't sell the Ring of Vulnerability. The shopkeeper is too smart for me. Well, let's just drop this into the great outdoors. We'll be gone forever. Still drop it? Yes. And let's do a little first aid, just to save on spell points. Success heals for 11. So that's one Slith compound dealt with. Okay, large patrol of Avernum soldiers, well armed with mage escort. They get close enough to see that you aren't Slith Zerakai. When they see that you're humans, they wave and move on. Hey there, Eagle. I have not covered this corner of the lake just yet. Day, night, evening, space-time, I like that. This island looks like it's got some mushrooms on it. There's a large colony of dangerous, poisonous fungus here. Do you try to clear it away? Sure, I've got Divine Fire. Ow. Do I bless and shield, or do I just start blasting? Okay, that was cool. And all Jay has in the magic department is a healing potion, which she could sort of use. He'll be fine. Much better. Eat fiery sword. Your cave lore skill comes in handy. You know that those sorts of fungi sometimes swallow things whole. Cutting the bodies open reveals several goblin skeletons. You collect quite a few coins from the bodies. 100 coins. Nifty. I'm doing pretty well tonight, if a bit tired. We had a big Halloween party yesterday. I could go directly to my next mission objective, but it's so much more fun to just explore as I go. Copied the mushroom enemies from Dark Souls 11 years before it came out. Hee hee hee. Oh no, acid! No bueno. Sometimes you gotta just haste your priest and have them do a lot of their thing. Cave slimes are a little bit nastier in this version of the game than in Exile. Oh, I guess because first aid isn't a... No, I can use it again. I just forgot what the icon was. It's too soon to use first aid on him or her again. Aha. Because it is an ability, I can only use it once per day. Unlike my spells. To which I say... And what do we do when we are in a network of narrow little passages? Shove our face against all the walls. A fountain burbles out of a crack in the ground here. The water is sparkling and looks highly inviting. I have learned my lesson and will save before drinking from any strange fountains. The water is refreshing and wonderful. You drink your fill. Then, as you leave, you start to feel stronger. What an invigorating drink that was. Oh, I gained 10 experience. Nice. And I see a fire lizard over there. I haven't actually been in the honeycomb yet this playthrough. Okay, that's a random little side passage. Oh, here's Murtis. And I actually can do something about the undead infestation now, perhaps. Yeah, there's another adventure game I've played that makes fun of you for eating some strange berries you find on the ground somewhere. Do you eat everything you find? Another fountain burbles out of a crack in the ground here. The water is cool and pleasant going down. You drink your fill. An hour later, the water sours in your stomachs. You start to shake uncontrollably. Ooh. Githa and Jay resist, but Magrat and Esme are super poisoned. No thank you. Yeah, be wary of just drinking any old water you find out in the wilderness. There could be nasty bacteria in there. In the distance, you can see that a group of Slith warriors have established an advanced camp here. The Avernum soldiers must not have noticed them yet. It's a nasty-looking group, but you might be able to handle them. Do you try to rid Southeast Avernum of this menace? Of course we do. I think I'll be able to win this fight. Well, so much for my hasting. Esme, you're the mage. You're supposed to be killing enemies en masse with spells. Like that, see? I'm a little disappointed to see that archery does take up all of my AP in this game. On the other hand, archery actually does decent damage, unlike in Exile. So. Victorious, you searched the Slith camp. One of them had a very nice sword. Since Sliths don't use swords, it was being used as a tool. Fortunately, it's still in good shape. I don't know, Exile always felt well-balanced to me, but then it's the first one that I played, so I was pretty used to it. Maybe Avernum is better balanced between magic and warrior classes. Archery is definitely better overall. Steel shortsword, not bad. Okay, Magrat has a steel longsword, which is somewhat better. The Assassin's Dagger doesn't do as much damage, but it does poison enemies, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I can see dual wielding being pretty overpowered. Oh, I have more playthroughs of these games than I can count at this point. I was looking at the map and I got surprised by Fire Lizard. Oh good, they're not doing that much damage to me. Hi there, Garnet. Garnet has hopped up on my lap. Well, part of it is that there are so many games, there's enough variety to be pretty fun. Yeah, different builds. I've sometimes done challenges of only having 1 or 2 people in my party. And I just love the story. And the setting. Oh, I think I know what this is. This long tunnel slopes sharply upward to the west. It looks like it continues for quite a long way. Rubble-strewn dead end. The tunnel you've been following for miles sloped up sharply, leading you to hope that you might have found a way to the surface at last. This smaller tunnel, however, has been blocked by a cave-in. You've been stopped by countless tons of rock, apparently loosened by awesome magical force. Another possible escape route blocked. Mordor Depths of Dejanol. No, I've not actually heard of that one. Oh, and I got a little calendar notification here. Remembrance 1 of Avernum's birth. The anniversary of the day the first Exiles arrived in Avernum. Traditionally spent in study and contemplation. Training doesn't cost any gold. Cool. Oh, that reminds me, there's a dungeon around here that can only be entered on the first of a month. I don't remember which month, but I can try this one. Once I get back to the boat. You find a hermit's hut. You knock on the door. There's someone living here, but he, she, or it refuses to let you in. Eventually, you get bored and leave. I find another hermit hut, with small edible mushrooms growing around it. A small hut with edible mushrooms growing around it. Perhaps some sort of hermit lives here. There is a lone man living here, made tough and taciturn by the hardship of living out here. His skin is heavily wrinkled and pure, pale white. He gives you mushroom soup and lichen tea. Delicious. And asks if going on outside the honeycomb. He seems unsurprised by your tales of violence and carnage. Eventually, you get up to leave. As you do, he offers to sell you a brooch he found in the tunnels. Only 300 gold. You pay the hermit and find that it's not so much a brooch as a necklace. It's made of tarnished copper. Not impressive. Disappointed, you leave. I don't want info, I want inventory. A basic charm which provides magical protection from acid. That's honestly kind of not bad. The tunnel here has long lines of runes engraved on the floor and walls. You try to keep going, but find some sort of invisible wall keeps pushing you back. To block a passage this wide in this way must have taken an incredible amount of magical skill. Whatever lives beyond here, he, she, or it has great power. To keep going, though, you'll need to find some sort of alternate route. Fortunately, at this point, your superior cave lore skill comes in handy. You notice a thin ledge along the wall above the magical runes. You climb up to the ledge and pass the barrier. Oh, that feels cheaty. There's also this little secret passage, which is how we would bypass the runes in Exile. But I will not be entering this cave right now, but keep it in mind for later. And let me see if I can get where I want to go fast enough. No, I've never played any Baldur's Gate either. See, the thing is, I am a Mac gamer, and I have a much narrower frame of reference than most PC or console gamers. I grew up in the golden age of Mac gaming, which, if not popular, was still pretty cool. Okay, so there is a crypt here near the Cave of Motrax, and it's got a couple of adventurers in it. A middle-aged man with a scratchy beard and battered armor sits by the fire, warming himself. He has a holy symbol and a dented mace. What are you guys doing in here? He grunts. I and young me are adventurers. We're trying to get into the crypt. Greetings, fellow adventurer. Why do you travel on the paths of danger? Well, have to do something. I wasn't like this on the surface. I was a monk and a sage, but then I did something which angered my superiors. Positively awful men. Never understood the need for perfect grammar on the scrolls. The records were for posterity. Is it too much to ask that some effort be spent making them correct? He frowns. It would seem so. It was too much trouble for them. I criticized their handling of the scrolls one too many times, and here I am. Are you sure this is a crypt? That's definitely what it is. I can sense the torment of the souls beyond. We hope to liberate them from their unholy bondage, and pick up a treasure or two in the bargain. Do you know how to open the door? I haven't a clue. We've been here for some time, trying to solve this dreadful quandary. Grammar troglodytes. You meet a woman with close-cropped hair. She seems to be mixing up some poison. Hi there, what are you making? Something nasty. I'm getting ready to enter the crypt. It'll be a tough haul. Nasty and dangerous. She sighs, but better than the alternative. Can the alternative really be worse? Well, yes, I could be on the surface. I went into Avernum voluntarily. I may be the only one. Let's just say there was a marriage I wasn't interested in being a part of. She looks at the substance she's grinding carefully. Then she smiles. It's hard to get quality ingredients. So did you poison somebody to get out of a marriage, or did you just wish you could and chose Exile instead? I've had the best luck with the poison glands of asps. Asps are hard to find, but their fangs make powerful poison, if you can find a recipe. I'd teach you mine, but, well, I don't want to. Sorry. She smiles winningly. Still, there are better things. What I could really use are some good arrows. Arrows of light and arrows of life would be really useful in here. The first slays demons. The latter slays undead. Both are rare as hell. Ah well, have to do things the old-fashioned way. The main problem with the crypt now is figuring out how to get in. Spells and lockpicks haven't worked on the door yet, but we'll keep on it. There must be some way to open it. Yeah, everybody loves Exile 3 Ruined World, and I do too, but I still like Exiles 1 and 2 best. Admittedly, there are things I like about the Avernum remakes. There's a huge door in the middle of this wall. The door is flat. The door is a flat, featureless, rectangular slab of stone. There's no handle or latch, and no markings indicating who built this structure. As you approach the door, however, it swings silently open for you. A cloud of dust floats out, choking you. The way into the crypt is clear. Very strange. So remembrance first. Is a day the door will open. I've read somewhere that it doesn't actually matter which month the first of any month will work. So I'm not sure if it's a particular month or if any will do. If it's any month, that does make it significantly easier. And they do not open that the door has opened for us. Okay. Yeah, I really like Geneforge 1 and 2, but when I played the demo for Geneforge 3, it just didn't hit as well for me. Also, I think at that point I was getting deeper into high school, and also Diablo 2. Garnet, do you want more attention? Are you being a fuzz? You enter the ancient crypt. It must have been here for centuries. The frescoes on the wall are clearly of humans. It's quite a revelation that humans have been down here for this long. It was thought that the first expedition from the Empire about 50 years ago was the first group of humans to explore these caves. Apparently not. And the timeline among all these games isn't always consistent. I thought the first expedition was more like 70 to 100 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. The door does not close behind me. In other versions of the game it does, so you're stuck in here until you figure out how to get out. Skeletons are easy to deal with. And they drop crap javelins. And zombies drop only bones. Another ash crossbow. Hello. Well, you folks were reasonably well equipped, and you still met your doom back here. And you're probably the source of the zombies that I just put back down. Skull. The skull has no funny description. Aw. Oh. The door does close, eventually. The door has closed itself, trapping you inside the cliff. This side of the door isn't featureless. There's a bewildering array of wheels and levers. It might be some sort of unlocking mechanism. Or it might be a trick, here to taunt you as you starve. You randomly pull the levers and turn the wheels. Nothing happens. You're still trapped. Well. This door we can open. An altar with zombies! Well, you see, all of my party members already have pants. Unidentified leather armor. Could be something cool, could be something cursed. And the altar doesn't tell me anything. Oh, these guys take more than one hit. And you're magical. Okay, Repel Spirit gives me up to 4 targets. Excellent. What do you mean it's not an insta-kill? It's level 3. Oh, you're whites, not zombies. That means you're tougher. And Repel Spirit costs significantly less than Divine Fire, so I will be using that. And the occasional Fireball. Or Bolt of Fire, as it is in this one. Yeah, maybe you like the brown pants. I actually don't like the way they look as much as the gray-green ones. Ooh, Bronze Greatsword. You are heavy, but you are valuable. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing secret hiding in here. It's so hard to see the zombies against the floor texture. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, that's something Is my light fading faster? I feel like my light is fading faster than it should. You eagerly open the central crypt, hoping to reveal all manner of treasure. All you find inside, however, are some bits of dust and scraps of cloth. You search carefully, but you don't find anything interesting. Cloak and skull. Aw. Well, if the central casket doesn't have anything, the real valuables must be somewhere else. Also, I have no idea if doing this kind of combat gives more XP to my front character, or if it's split across the party evenly. I'm pretty sure Avernum does have party editing. I'd have to check, though. I never really used it in Avernum. A cavequake has weakened the walls in this cave and cracked the walls. You notice that a section of wall to the north seems to have been shifted out of place. A small pool of water has accumulated in this chamber. It's glowing slightly. Good idea to save before drinking the magical water. You sip some of the water. Soon you start to feel strange. Your vision is sharper, and your thoughts are clearer. It's as if everything slows down. It's an illusion, though. Time isn't slower. You're just thinking much faster. And we now have the Enlightened status effect. The main benefit of that is it allows us to pass certain plot gates, like the locked door out of here. And there's another spirit around here somewhere. I see you hiding behind the pillar. One thing I do like a little better about the original Exile games is it's a little bit easier for me to read the pixel graphics with the top-down perspective. You can fit more details in Avernum and the Avernum remakes, but it does come at the expense of making some things a little bit muddier. The spirit isn't doing anything worse to me than slowing, so I don't really care. And then he goes and does a damage spell. And drops no loot. How rude of you, sir. Okay, what's up here? A pickable lock and... a vampire! Oh no! Oh dear, get this paralyzed. I'm not sure if I have any spells that can fix that. Well, at least you're dead. Oh no, you've summoned zombies, I'm so scared. Ow. Oh yeah, Githa can't do anything because she's still paralyzed. Curing cures poison and disease. Does nothing for paralysis. I'm just gonna have to wait for that to wear off on its own. And the vampire just dropped its clothing. The pile of skulls is just a pile of skulls. Tunic and cloak. Robe and small shield. Just webs. And apparently Githa can still walk around in non-combat mode even when paralyzed. Cloak. And cloak. But I think one of these looked like a door? No. Surely there's got to be something more in here. Aha! I may need to give a cat dinner fairly soon. Yeah, I think you can get dumbfounded in Avernum. Aha! A thick book. Which teaches me Mass Healing Level 3. Cool. I don't remember if there's anything else in here, but I kinda doubt it. This is one of several pretty optional dungeons. Okay. Drink the water, become enlightened. And figure out how to open the door. You start to play with the wheels and levers. Suddenly, the pattern is clear to you. You aren't sure how you figure it out, but it's suddenly clear what to do. You alternate between pulling levers and spinning wheels for about a minute. Then you hear a deep thud under your feet, and the door swings open. Oof, yeah, if you're playing with a single character and relying on spells, getting dumbfounded can be really annoying. So I can't tell them that the door is open, I can tell them I've been inside. Have you? Well then, I guess we'd best be departing. No use laboring to loot something that's already been thoroughly looted. He stands and bows. Good day. Actually, I've been inside the crypt. Her face falls. You have? That wasn't very nice after we've been trying so hard to loot it ourselves. She sighs and stands up. Ah well, best to look for adventure elsewhere. She packs up her things and departs. And they actually leave! Things can change in this engine. So that was a bit of a departure from what I originally planned to do today. I was going to focus more on the sleuths. While I'm near Formalo, let's see if there's any spells I could stand to improve. That's not the right building. Training may be free on Remembrance 1, spells are not. No, I've bought everything I can except for Bind Foe, and Bind Foe is interesting. Because I think some forms of binding, like paralysis, can be resisted, but Bind Foe level 1 does webs, which cannot be resisted. Also, it's one of the spells that I never really use, because it's only single target anyway. And Magret has all the priest spells I can learn here. Did want to ask Miles about potion recipes after talking to Koenig. Well, he's got a strength recipe, which I already know. Interesting thing about Avernum, unlike Exile, I don't have as good a feel for what really good stats are. I mean, obviously a 1 or 2 in something is pretty low, but what qualifies as being high stat for strength or melee weapons or tool use? I guess I can partially answer that question by seeing what it takes to cast various spells. Oh, I've got level 3 Farsight? When did I get that? Okay, yeah, the highest level arcane spells require 16, 17, and 18. So 11 and 12 are pretty good, so a little mid. Granted, I am in mid-game right now, so having mid-level spells is fine. blessed studded armor. Nice. And shadow leather. Supposedly, even armor this week will interfere with spellcasting. But this says it prevents 1 to 4 plus 3 points of damage. Ooh, Crystal Shield, that's really good. Crystal Shields will protect you from things which try to turn you to stone. So that's gonna go on the healer. Shadow Leather blocks 1 to 4 plus 3. Rogue's Leather also blocks 1 to 4 plus 3. The Rogue's Leather adds to my tool use skill, which on this character I don't really care about. And they both sell for about 380 gold, so I'll sell off the Rogue's Leather on account of I don't need it. And I believe the boat was back at Kotra. Yeah, 20 is the max you can raise a skill to in Exile. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same in Avernum, but I almost never got my skills that high because skills just cost increasingly more skill points to raise as you go up. So after a while, it just didn't feel worth it. Oh wait, I don't have to go that way. I can go through here. So yeah, I was going to go hunt down the Blade of Demon Slayer, but since I've got Dispel Barrier and a pretty good anti-undead spell, why not try the Spiral Pit? This tunnel slopes sharply downward, spiraling deeper into the earth. As you enter, you notice that the air is getting very cold. The muggy, sulphurous atmosphere of most of Avernum is soon forgotten. The cold is far too sharp and sudden to be natural. You would be inclined to guess that there is evil magic in this place, even if you couldn't hear the snarls and hisses of foul creatures farther inside. This tunnel smells of death and decay, and the shadows seem to assault and envelop you. This is a horrible place, haunted and cursed. And my light is definitely fading out here faster than it usually does. So, if I cast Farsight at level 3, how much does that add to my map? 1 small corner's worth. Okay then. Oh, it does keep going for a little while. Where'd you go? should probably cure that. And since at least one day has passed since I last used the skill, first aid again, healed for 7. And that's why I don't use first aid very much. Well, the real reason I don't use first aid very much is because I can only do it once per day. Ow. Wait. Doesn't Githa have lay on hands? Heal yourself! Oh, also, Githa can go berserk. I forgot about that. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's Jay's turn to get poisoned. I always remember being very annoyed by those poison fungi. More so in Exile compared to this game. Because I played Exile when I was like 8 years old, that game is etched into my brain. Nothing in the sarcophagus. I thought some of these coffins had something in them. Okay, that's not a secret passage, that's just a weird spot on the map. Again, why must it be so hard to see the zombies against the floor texture? That one dropped a shield. Not a very good shield, but it is a shield. Oh, great. A summoner. but you'll get your dinner soon. So yeah, this tunnel's a dead end. We may need to investigate some stuff over here. And still nothing in the sarcophagi. But there's a secret passage back here. What you doing, cat? Are you being cute? Cannot interact with this pool of water. Oh, there was a magic barrier there. Small chamber with stuff. Ooh, piercing crystal. And a few coins. That might be there to help out the people who have not done the Fort Dranmon quest before they come here. Okay, that is a cliff I would prefer not to jump off of if I can avoid it. This is also something that is only in Avernum 1 through 3 and possibly Blades of Avernum. You're trying to jump off a ledge, possibly hurting yourself a great deal. Do you really want to do this? No. I may have to. Because I don't remember how else I'm supposed to get down there. Well, I do have healing spells. It didn't hurt that much. I think I remember how this area works now. Somewhere there is a wheel or a button that makes it easier to traverse, but first the game wants you to suffer. Here, Skelly Skelly. Nothing else in this corner, then. Well, maybe. Doesn't show me how to get to that bit. Also, I can't get back up. That could be a little troubling. Aha! There's a large cavewood wheel here with a long length of iron chain wrapped around it several times. The chain goes from the wheel into a hole in the ground. You hear the sound of stone scraping on stone. Also, how such machinery could be down here for such a long time without rotting away is beyond me. And yeah, that gives me a convenient ramp up the cliffs. Suddenly, everything goes black. Even the tiny bits of light you've been able to summon flicker out in an instant. Oh no, darkness. Well, I do have my Farsight spell to get a glimpse of some of the caverns. And secret passages, hee. Oh, I need to do some more healing. Oh, and it's draining me. No! Round and round we go. Once you know the philosophy of bash head against wall to find secret passage, this area isn't all that hard, it's just annoying. As you emerge from the twisty passages, the light obscuring black mist disappears. It's still very dark, but you might be able to generate some light now. Oh! And this corpse has nothing good on it, though they managed to penetrate pretty far into here. Yeah, I don't trust this area at all. As you maneuver carefully past this pit, a white mist starts to rise from the floor of the caverns ahead and behind you. Shapes are approaching through it. Undead zombie-type shapes. Yep, there's two more. Another magic barrier. This one I cannot walk through. I could use the piercing crystal I found earlier. Or I can just dispel it. Haha. This long cave seems to be the lowest point in this dizzying spiral. It is freezing down here. Crystals of ice coat the walls and floor, and the bodies scatter on the floor as well. The bodies are fairly well preserved, and they all clearly died of extreme violence. They are not all human. Many are some sort of humanoid lizard. This morbid scene must be the center of the curse that has infected these caverns, and the area outside. If the curse could possibly be lifted, it must be done here. Suddenly, time seems to stop. As you enter this final chamber, you have a strange, ghostly vision. You see the huge caverns of Avernum. A group of humans in archaic armor run through them, clearly panicked. Moments later, you see the cause for the flight. A horde of lizard men is chasing them, weapons drawn, howling for their blood. The humans flee into these winding tunnels and fight a desperate running battle down to the deepest level. Eventually, when they see the cause is hopeless, the survivors magically seal themselves into this cavern. There they starve, slowly, consumed with hatred for their killers and everyone else who dares be alive. It is the force of their hatred that causes the dead to rise and rise again and attack the people in this area. As you regain your senses, you wonder if you'll be able to affect this powerful curse in the slightest. Also, for supposedly being Empire soldiers or First Expedition people, their equipment is kind of crap. Maybe not all that crap. Oh, something just tried to charm me. Probably you. Definitely you. Okay then. You slay the ghost of the commander of the humans who died here. Immediately, you feel an effect on the icy tunnels. The evil forces around you weaken, and you feel a touch of warmth in the air. It must have been the strength of this soul that kept the evil forces focused here. Unfortunately, you also sense that the curse here hasn't been removed. It's only in retreat. You have only earned this area a brief, much-welcomed respite from the undead. Perhaps someday, someone will come here strong enough to destroy this curse. Alas, it won't be you. Well, that's a bit different from Exile 1. In that one, we couldn't really do anything. And unidentified longsword. There's an ancient frozen human body here. Her staff is broken, but the silver brooch she wore is still intact. You notice that there are several pearls set in the metal. It must have been brought from the surface. It is now mine. Dang it, Jay. What do you mean Unshackle Mine didn't uncharm him? And now everyone else is attacking Jay. Okay, then. I don't always remember which corpses I have examined. Okay, Jay is no longer charmed. Okay, I've definitely looked at everyone now. G works for things that are sitting out on the ground, and it's only within a certain range of my characters. For things that are hidden inside chests or barrels or bodies, I have to manually search them. Also, I'm really curious now, what's in this corner? It doesn't get brighter at all. Let's not jump off the ledge when I don't have to. Okay, so I guess that one tunnel is just a dead end. I do need to investigate the other tunnel on the outside a little more. Oh, hi. Okay, who cast that? Where are you? There you are. Summons do not disappear when the caster is killed. Ooh, a taller wall to jump off of here. And a save. Okay, despite being a taller wall, it did actually less damage. Well, hi there. Ah, so there are two spirits in there. Not anymore. Or no, there is another one. There you are. Get wrecked. A portal. Interesting. Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that before grabbing the chest. Oops. But it is our only way out of this particular section of the pit. Owie. Okay, that one hurt a little more. Must have gotten a good dice roll on the first one. Much like with unlocked doors, I really like how in Avernum, Dispel a Barrier will dispel all nearby barriers and not just the one that I aim it at. Although there are some times when I would probably prefer to have a little tunnel in the barriers to only let out one enemy at a time, or one bit of quickfire, say. A trap. And a mind crystal. Cool. That would not help me at all in defeating this area. But I do need to go and feed a cat now, so I will meet you all next time I stream back in the town of Myrtis. Yeah, you often do take a little damage when you're trying to bash a door. Yes, yes, Garnet, I'm coming. So if all goes well, I am hoping to do another live stream session this Thursday, the 31st, on Halloween. So hopefully I will see you all then. Good night, and until next time, have a good one, everybody.